Hello, bruvs. We're back with Vampire by Heinz Ewers, a book which cost me quite a bit of money and has proved to be a great disappointment to me. But let's continue with it. Chapter 11. Satan, calm down with yourself. Chapter 11, Diamonds. Ivy Jefferson knew what she was doing when she set her little... Whoa, this guy's here fast. What's up, Baba? What do you got? Need to open my computer so I can see the big screen. Hate looking at this damn camera or phone. What do you got? I got Satan with me, blowing the hot air on me. Go, Satan. Go, go, go. Guess he's got nothing. You got nothing? Let me open this frickin' chat. Baba! Live. Alive, she cried. Satan, shut up. Bad Satan. I need you to be warm for me, Bubba. Alright, I almost got this thing open. Come on. You're closing. Chapter 11, Diamonds. Ivy Jefferson knew what she was doing when she set her clever little trap for Frank Braun. It had not taken her long to find out that a Spanish dancer had been in his apartment and that Mrs. Van Ness had caught him with her. She also knew what had happened at the party of the Moon Ladies and that his name was in Amy Breithauer's famous book, and he must have had something to do with Eva Lockman. Director Andre had dropped the hint about that. For a while, Ivy tried to do without him and carried it through bravely for a few weeks, but then she gave in because she could not find any man she liked better. She needed thrills as her mother did. Hey, I turned this damn volume. How dare you? Don't ever interrupt me myself. For a while, Ivy tried to do without him and carried it through bravely for a few weeks, but then she gave in because she could not find any man she liked better. She needed thrills as her mother did, as all society women did, and there was something in this German that thrilled her. Love? No, a whim, perhaps. She happened to want him, and ever since she could remember, she had always got what she wanted. Her logic was very simple. She was grown up and was in society now, and she had had a beau for a year and a half. Now she would marry. Him, of course, the man who meant more to her than any other, and whom she did not want to share with any other woman. Perhaps she would find in him what she was looking for, although she did not know what that was. If she would find it, well and good, and if not, she would get a divorce. Nothing easier. She could have anybody she wanted. She, Howard J. Jefferson's only daughter. Frank Braun knew all this. Whenever possible, he avoided being alone with her. He developed a genius for excuses and alibis. You are the worst beau in New York, she told him. Why don't you get another? He laughed. She whistled. She could whistle beautifully, like a street urchin. That she was the thing that intrigued her. That was the thing that intrigued her, that he never did what she wanted him to do. There were other things about him, of course. Some of them she knew, some she did not know, but she certainly meant to find out. There was also another reason why he avoided being alone with her. It was not really a reason, it was a vague feeling, an instinctive fear. Something had happened that afternoon when La Goyita stayed in his apartment. Without being really conscious of it, he was afraid of being alone in a room with any woman. To go horseback riding, yes. To go driving, yes. To have lunch with a woman or to go to the theater with her, all right. He did not mind going anywhere where there were people around. There he was safe, but even walking in the garden with Ivy was uncomfortable. A vague fear that something might happen, a fear of her, of himself. She knew that, and it was her game to create situations that found them alone. Her mother helped, made a point of leaving them alone as much as possible. In return, Ivy helped her with her beau, the consul general. For a while, Ivy tried to compromise herself with Frank Braun. She would kiss him just as her mother or one of the servants came in, but he pretended that it was all a childish game, the playfulness of a foolish little kitten. Once she asked him point blank, "Would you like me for a wife?" He still treated it all as a joke. "No," he said, "you are no more fit to be a wife than I am to be a husband. Come, come along now, Ivy. The car is waiting. We were going to drive in the country this afternoon." This time she persisted. "You would like me for a mistress, though, wouldn't you?" "No, I wouldn't like you for a mistress either." He did not like her serious tone. "Your parents would love it, wouldn't they? Come now, stop being foolish." She merely shook her head, making no move to get up. Mistress was her favorite word. She flirted with it and always used it when referring to Mrs. Van Ness. She would say, "I saw your mistress today on Fifth Avenue," or when he came, she would greet him, "Are you coming from your mistress?" And when he left, "Give my regards to your mistress." "She has a secure hold on you, this mistress of yours," she mused aloud. She doesn't want to let you go. That's it. You are never permitted to do what you like. You must always do what she wants. You are her puppet and she pulls the strings. Nonsense. I know what I am saying. I have thought it all out. Everything you are doing, your whole work, you do only because she wants you to. She is anxious to have you do it because it keeps you busy. You are never to be the master of your own time. You must not have time to think by yourself and for yourself. Look here, I don't even like to read the newspapers anymore with their constant sickening ballyhoo for the Star-Spangled Banner, but you are doing exactly the same thing for Germany, and you don't even know that all your speech making is just as stupid as theirs. I don't give a damn about a fatherland. I would 10 times rather live in London or Paris, probably in Vienna or Berlin too, if I knew those cities. Fatherland and all other disgusting phrases are for the masses, but not for us. He looked at her in surprise. "But what is for us, then?" "For us," she repeated, "life." He still refused to take her seriously. "Tell me, Ivy, where did you get all your wisdom?" "I read it in a book that we had in college. I forgot it, but later I remembered it again, and then I thought about it more. The people who refuse to follow the herd, who are either below or above it, don't need nonsense like fatherland and morals and state and God knows what. The hobo, the vagabond, the beggar doesn't pay any attention to it. He is below it as we are above it. We, who are we?" She had an answer ready. "We are the ones who have the means. Not all of us, of course, only those who know that money means power. And that power means justice and fatherland and religion and morals. In our book, it was some sort of guide through the philosophy of Plato and Aristotle's. Well, she writes it like that. Aristoteles and Kant and Spencer and Buckle and all the rest. There was also a sentence by Spinoza. Spinoza, he corrected. I don't care how you pronounce it. The sentence was, each man has as much right as he has power, but the man who wrote it had to grind lenses because he had no money. He had therefore no power and no right, and so he was burned. Frank Braun laughed. Well, he was not burned exactly, but tell me, How long was your philosophy book? She measured. It was that thick, more than 200 pages. You can bet that none of us read it all. Oh, of course not. Go on, laugh if you like. I don't care. But what I said is true all the same. We can do as we please. Everyone in New York knows that Mrs. Van Ness is your mistress. Yet there isn't one family that refuses to receive her. And what about women like Pierpont or Fox or Gordon or Brightower? America reeks with morality, but they can make marry in any way they please because with their money they stand uh, above convention, and it is the same everywhere in the world. Mother's friend, the Consul General, told me that the reigning families of England, Russia, Belgium, Romania are all German. They are Hohenzollerns, Kohlbergs, Holsteins, Wittelbachs, Hessians. He had to write it down for me, and I learned it by heart so I could tell you. They don't give a damn about their German blood or about their German fatherland. And when the war is over, they will be honored in Germany exactly as if nothing had happened. And everywhere in the world, for that matter, they can afford to do what they like. They have money and family and power and influence. And with that, one can do as one pleases. All right, he cried, but how does that apply to me? I am neither a Gould nor a Rockefeller, not a Coburg or a Hohenzollern. I have no money and no power, therefore I cannot afford to disregard convention, and must do as the masses, mustn't I? No, not at all. It isn't the money alone. There are others who stand where we do, only they are there not because of something they have, but because they have placed themselves there. That isn't easy. I believe they may tumble down any moment, of course. So can we, but not as easily. And I believe you belong to them. He had dreamed something of that kind himself once. He had dreamed of a nation of culture that would be above nationalities. His idea had not had anything to do with money. It was European in conception, far removed from American ideas, but wasn't it the same fundamentally? In his concept as well as in hers, everything depended on the fact that one placed oneself on this higher plane above the masses, because with all his millions, the Pittsburgh steel magnate certainly did not stand above the masses. Not this man, who was so afraid of hell that he desperately tried to bargain with the Lord for a place in heaven. Just a little tiny place in heaven. No, this man with his good deeds and his $1 million presents to charity certainly did not stand above convention, no more than the bourgeois professor who could not only pronounce Spinoza's name correctly, but who knew his philosophy by heart, and that of many other philosophers as well. Education or talent or money or birth or influence or name helped one to get there, but that wasn't enough. One must have the will to do it, and the deep seated conviction of being one of the chosen, of being entitled to break their laws on the strength of a right superior to theirs. One must have a feeling of power regardless of where this power came from. Ivy was right. He was following the herd now. He thought exactly as all others thought. Oh man. Did what they did, the masses here as in Germany, and Lottie Van Ness had harnessed him to this yoke. That also was true. Ivy did not disturb his thoughts, waiting for him to say something. I don't know, he muttered. Finally, she asked, tell me, would you have done all this of your own free will? He hesitated. I don't know, perhaps. If not she, then someone else would have harnessed me, and I would pull a cart just as I am doing now. She shook her head violently. No, you would have broken away, but she holds you very cleverly. You would have left her long ago if she had married you, but she is only your mistress, and she leaves you your freedom. That, at least, is what you think. But actually, you do only what she wants you to do. You even come to see me only because she is sending you here. She sending me, he laughed. Why, she never did that. Never? Really, never? He thought, true, the first time it had been Lottie together with twos who had insisted that he go and call on the Jeffersons. Give the little girl her first kisses, she had said, hadn't she? Perhaps once in the beginning, he confessed hesitantly, but after that, she hardly ever mentioned your name. Ivy Jefferson nodded. Of course, your mistress is clever, and she has known you a long time. It must always seem as if you could do as you please. You must never notice that you are doing only what she wants you to do. She took a white carnation from the table, broke the stem, and fitted it in his buttonhole. The new butler is so careless, he always forgets the buttonhole flowers. The old one was much better. Too bad I had to discharge him. You had to discharge him, he laughed, but why? He was the best butler we ever had. Perhaps you will see him again soon. What do you mean? Where? In Mrs. Van Ness's house. I had to just discharge him and the second chauffeur, because they were both in the pay of your mistress. They reported to her everything, in to the smallest detail, that happened in this house. No, he protested vehemently. Yes, she said quietly. I listened in on 3 telephone conversations. Now you understand why she did not have to ask you about Ivy Jefferson. He did not answer. Your mistress is perfectly right, she continued. One can learn a great deal from her, but I know a little bit myself. Do you think I don't realize why you are coming here? Because I like you, he said quickly, because I enjoy playing with you. Perhaps that may have something to do with it, but it isn't really the reason. It is only something that makes your work a little more pleasant. Don't think my father is as stupid as you and mother imagine he is. Yesterday, he asked me down to his office in Wall Street. When he does that, he always has something serious to tell me. We had a long talk, and I can assure you that he knows all about the game you are playing. He knows that you are flirting with me. That you pretend to be my beau, and badly enough at that, because you believe that through me you have some influence on father, because you assume correctly, I suppose, that he would not do anything I did not want. That is your real reason, is it so? Now try to lie to me. It is so, he admitted. And any buts? She smiled. He shook his head gravely. No buts. Sit down, she said. I am not through yet. My father had $5 million when he became a partner in the bank. Now he himself is senior partner and has 20 times as much. And what is more, his trust controls the whole Middle West, not the Middle East. Don't think this is sheet. Jesus Christ, I can't read. I'm too tired. Don't think this is sheer blind luck and that one does not need brains to achieve that. The men down in Wall Street seem stupid to you because they are ignorant, and the better ones feel it and are shy and embarrassed when they are with men like you, because they cannot contribute anything to a conversation about art and music, about social economy, philosophy, and 1,000 other subjects, but people underrate them, and you do too. They know what they want. Wait, You read all you read all the newspapers, and you know that General Villa invaded Texas 3 days ago, and that he burned the city of Columbus. You went to see him down in Mexico. You and others, you Germans, have caused it. No, that isn't true, he protested. No German had anything to do with that. Whether it is true or not isn't the point, as long as they all believe that here. Don't think I am blaming you. It would serve these parlor patriots right to get an idea of what war is like. I only wish Villa were 10 times stronger. Villa was 10 times stronger than he really is. And if you were the one who got him to invade Texas, I could only congratulate you. But that is not what I wanted to say. I know with whom you made friends down in Torreon, with a Jew from New York. Who is Villa's aide? His name is Colonel Pearlstone. How did you find out? He asked listlessly. Father told me yesterday. He heard it in Washington through the Japanese embassy. Do you understand me? Yes. She laughed. You would be in the tombs tomorrow if I wanted it, and then in Atlanta for 20 years or more. I mean, it would be quite possible, wouldn't it? Oh, yes, he nodded absolutely. Everything is possible in this country at this time. How many pages do I gotta go? Quite a bit. All right, so I better suck it up. After a pause, she continued, It is true, then. It is the one nice thing about the United States, I think. It would be possible this way, and it would be possible the other way, too. What other way? Have you any more surprises? No, enough for today. I mean, only it would be possible for the other way, too. That you don't sign your name tomorrow in the Tombs register. It all depends on you. Are you willing to pay the price? He knew perfectly well what she meant, yet he asked, What do you mean, Ivy? What is the price? She laughed again. You, of course. Do you want to become engaged to me tonight? Think it over, but not too long. I play a different game, not like your mistress. I am quite willing to put down my cards, but they are nice trumps, aren't they? Marvelous trumps, he had to admit. And he had nothing in his hand. He had to gain time. I'll think it over and give you my answer tomorrow. She shook her head slowly. Tomorrow? Oh, no. You want to talk it over with your mistress, don't you? He could not think of anything else, so he said, Yes, I do. Her young voice was scornful, but it was a good natured scorn. Why, of course, we will have to get her consent, but it need not take long. We will ask her to come here. She turned sharply and hurried across the room. He followed her. What are you going to do? She had lifted the telephone receiver. Plaza 376. He listened as she talked to a butler first, then to Lottie's maid, asking for Mrs. Van Ness. He wanted to snatch the receiver from her, wanted to tell her to. Then he thought, perhaps it will be better if she comes. Perhaps she can find some way out. Is that Mrs. Van Ness? The girl was saying. This is Ivy Jefferson speaking. I am so sorry to trouble you. He is here. Yes, your low. But she did not say the word. Your friend is here, Dr. Frank Braun. Yes, he would like you to come right over. No, I can't discuss it over the telephone. No, he cannot come himself. Not now. It is really very important for him, too. In 20 minutes, then? Thank you so much. She hung up the receiver. She is coming. You heard it. She paced the room with quick, nervous steps. Her eyes were sparkling. He sat down, burying his head in his hands, trying to think of a way out, but in vain. Then They did not speak, either of them. They simply waited. Finally, the butler announced, Mrs. Van Ness. Frank Braun sprang to his feet. Ivy went to the door, shook hands with Lottie, and led her to a chair. So nice of you to come, Mrs. Van Ness. He wants to become engaged to me, you see, and he feels that he must have your kind permission first. I can understand that, and I think it is considerate of him that he does not like to do anything important without the permission of his. She hesitated, but only for a few short seconds. She must have this satisfaction. She must say it right in her rival's face. Man, I'm really stumbling here. Of his mistress, because you are his mistress, aren't you, Mrs. Van Ness? She did not say it bitingly, however, or offensively. She said it softly and gently in a flattering voice. Without waiting for Lottie to answer, she continued rapidly. She explained the situation frankly and clearly, without using an extra word. She explained that she wanted Frank Braun well, that she meant to have him, that both she and her father now had him, or knew. Oh, I can't. That is a whim, perhaps, but that she means to have him. That both she and her father knew why he had been sent into the Jefferson house, and that she had him in her hand with the Mexico business and a few older things. She concluded by saying that she had asked Mrs. Van Ness to come here not only for his sake, but that she, Ivy Jefferson, also had something to say to her if Miss Van Ness should give her permission, and Ivy felt sure of it. Frank Braun would be her fiance, and she wanted him for herself alone. She wanted that understood. Of course, he would not be able to see his former mistress any more, and would not get to her house again. It would have to be all over once and for all. I think I'm quitting. Too tired. I'm not going to read 10 more pages. Too tired. I give up. Goodbye, bros.